morning briefing show here on Admirals. Thanks to Admirals that we can make this every morning. And thanks to my moderator in the back, Katie. Wonderful good morning today. I'm your host, Markus Gabel, and I'm really happy that I can share my knowledge on my morning briefing show here on... Okay, that's YouTube. No, that's YouTube. Okay, so I'm really happy that we can spend this trading day together with the start of this morning briefing show on for the rest of the day in our live trading room on Traders Yacht. So today is Wednesday, 25th of August. It's a wonderful, lovely, sunny day, but it's already cold in the morning. So winter is coming. A bit of winter is coming, I would say. I hope you had a great night and a great start into your own trading, business, family, day, whatever it is. And yeah, we stream this show on YouTube at the same time. So I personally would appreciate it a lot if you give us a like there or leave a comment, or in the right corner, you will find a button. You can subscribe the whole channel of Admirals with full lot of content, really valuable content for your own trading education. So let me share my screen. So we can start with the upcoming events. Today, let me see the chat. Okay, here we go. So Marie-Louise, good morning. Arne, good morning. Ian, nice to have you here. Mihai, good morning. Tina, good morning as well. And on YouTube, I can see Daniel, Olaf, Gertz, good morning. Oh, Gertz, by the way, give me a little bit of time to answer your email. It will take a little bit of time, okay? So Joachim, good morning. Don, Barry. So, and by the way, for all of you, I have an admin in my back for my own homepage and Instagram and a bit of that. But basically, I'm a kind of one-man show. So, for example, today I have four coachings and 3 webinars. So it's a kind of busy. So most of emails and contacts and so on, I answer in between or latest at the weekend. So in case you send me an email or otherwise anything on WhatsApp, on Instagram or whatever, so give me time. I will come back to you as soon as possible, but be patient. As a trader, we have to learn to be patient, by the way. And I will never forget you. I will never let you down, but I need time to work off everything I have on my plate every day. Especially we have a live trading day, live trading room. So by the way, the live trading room you will find here on Traders Yacht. It's the group now live trading room. If you will see a kind of introduction, then on my YouTube channel, you will find a German and an English introduction, how do you use the live trading room. It's based on the show of Admirals. We trade the Admirals account there. And so it's, yeah, it's hosted and it's my trading room, by the way, but we work with the Admirals account there. So this is just kind of private words from my side for this morning. Okay, so let's go. Let's go to the upcoming events today. Nothing, by the way, really nothing, just only the oil report will come out at 4:30 this afternoon, by the way, German time. Do you have an overview page with all your webinars on your homepage? Let's see, not really, but that's a good idea. No, but Danny, that's a really good idea that I have to tell it to my admin that maybe we can make anywhere a kind of list of the webinars and something else. Yeah, thanks for this interesting hint. Thanks a lot, by the way. Okay, is there an in-depth webinar on the trading rules? Stephen, yes. Katie, maybe you can share the link of the full video channel of Admirals. You know what I mean? The all webinars. because for Steve, because we started in January with this show, and we have a full list of all videos, and there you will find a lot of videos and webinar and videos of the morning briefing show, where we talk about very often about the rules. And by the way, the best thing is you come into the live trading room, because there we trade it all the day, and there you can ask whatever you want. So everybody can give you answer. Especially me, of course. So now let's go to the chart. Oh, by the way, let me invite you. Today is Wednesday, and we expect Jens, my congenius partner in this great Admirals community. Inflation, yields, and US tech stocks. Will the Nasdaq 100 tank? This is the topic of today. Thanks, Kitty. Thanks a lot. So in the chat, you will find now the webinars recordings of the full recording. So you will find everything there. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so let me invite you to this webinar this afternoon. It will take place at 3 German time, by the way. So now let's go to the charts, and here we go. So, the last days we made only profitable trades in DAX in 10 minutes. So, and by the way, if you maybe the first time, if you're here in this show, then by the way, we trade DAX in 10 minutes, Dow Jones, gold, oil, and Euro USD in hourly chart, major and minor pairs in 4-hourly chart, commodities and indices, the rest of Dow Jones, except of Dow Jones, by the way, in daily chart, and the exotic currency pairs in weekly chart. So we have a full diversification. And this is what we are doing all day and 5 times a week, every morning, Monday to Friday at 8:30, right before the markets open. So what did we do yesterday? So yesterday we saw here in the DAX, we saw the trend break here. So there was the trend break of the uptrend. So therefore we have to start at a new trend, and that's downtrend. So therefore I could see a bit, we saw, that's the point 2, and point correction, point 3. And as you see, there was no trend break, by the way. So therefore, after I could see the price were rejected all the time, exactly the point 3, and this is my first possible trend arm, then I know we have a probability of 86% that we reach the point 2 on the lower side. So therefore, I set my pending order close before I go to my bed, and of course the stop loss above, in case the price will reach the point 2 in the night, in the Asian session. So then I got in, and then they took me out last night with a bit of spread extension. By the way, it's normal stuff. It's Asian session, less liquidity. It's not up to Admirals. It's a normal stuff because it's DAX, and we have an Asian session, but there is less liquidity. So we have a spread extension that just was 5 pips, 5 points. Normally by Admirals, we have less than 1, 0.8 or something else, but in the Asian session, it could happen sometimes. And this is the first time I made this experience, but it's a normal stuff, believe me. So sometimes it is like it is. So therefore, I got in this morning again. Here, in case we will go down to the point 2, I trailed my stop closely in case the price will go up. And yes, so they took me out and everything was fine. So small losses, really small losses. We have huge winners in the last time. So everything is fine with that. And now the trend is still valid, and just speculating that we will reach the point 2. That's the speculation here. As long as the trend will not break here at the last point 3, we have to speculate that the price will go down to the point 2. We only can work, with the probability hit quote. Okay, so that's the situation about the DAX, and therefore I set a pending order at 15,885. In case the price will go down to the 0.2, I will be a part of it. Okay, so just a moment. So where do we find a link to the room and traders yard? Let me share it with you, just a moment. So here we go. That's the link to traders yard. It's free, by the way, completely free. Okay, so let's go to the hourly charts. And in hourly chart, we made a wonderful trade. So first of all, you see in the past days, we had really lovely trades. So the first trade was a short trade based on our rules. You know, there was the entry, there was the 0.2, we reached the 0.2, hit quote, we tried to stop, great profit. So next one, the trend now, we had an uptrend and we use an entry at the 0.2. And as we saw, there was balance candles, we trailed the stop and it was a winner. Second winner in a row. So there saw a trend continuation again. There was the balance candle, which means we went in here. And of course, we trailed the stop because there was no more volume on the sell of the buyer side, which means I have to trail my stop because, you know, hit quote is always reaching the 0.2. So we set in or we got in at the 0.2 or close to the 0.2. We were speculating on the trend break or the breakout. It happened, by the way. And therefore I could see, oh, okay, balance candles, which means no more volume to push the price to the upper side back to the point of control. So I have to trail my stop, and it was another small winner. That's a cool system. It's based on active trading. Yeah. So now it's not allowed to open a trade again. Why? I can tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth trend arm. So we have to wait until we get a new young trend because this is too old. It's not allowed because the system is based on a back test. And the back test says clear conditions. And a computer never took this trading idea after the fourth trend arm. This is important. You have to do on the right side in a live trading by yourself exactly the same like the computer did in the back test. That's really important that we understand this part as a private trader. Can you explain where you got in? Here, as I said, at the 0.2, I got in. At the 0.2 after this balance candle. Okay, so then let's go to the gold price. Yes, and the downtrend didn't continue. So instead, the main trend was continuing to the upper side. We reached this volume zone. But as you can see, there is not a trend continuation, which means actually we see this correction. So, and it's still an old uptrend. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fifth trend arm. So, and at the same time, I can realize that we see a bit of new downtrend and it's a corrective character. So first of all, you see point of control is lower. So which means that's the last 0.2 is the starting point of a new trend. Move, correction, and move. So now we have a valid trend. So in the first correction, yeah, is my first possibility to use an entry. So the moment we will see a balance candle, we have to speculate that we go down to the 0.2. That's the 0.2, and maybe the price will go back to its completely fair price, 1782. So keep an eye on it. I know it's a corrective trade, but we don't have an open trade right now, which means we have to use this probability on our side. So the next one is crude oil. We don't have to trade it because, so let's see, it's the second trend arm. Move, correction, move, correction. So that's the trend. So I know there's a bit of balance candle there, but we have rule number 3, and especially you see we are circling at the point of point of low. So and now, so that's the point 3, that's point 2, not at all at 38. In the first we were not at 38%, yeah, and now we are exactly at the point of low. So we could speculate on a trend continuation, but we expect the numbers this afternoon. So in that case, I don't open a new trade close to numbers that will be announced this afternoon. I don't do that. You can do that if you want. I don't do that. It's too difficult. It's too dangerous about the unexpected numbers. So that I don't have to do it, and I don't need it, by the way. Then Euro USD we already talked about. So let's see Dow Jones. And in Dow Jones, we still have an open trade. And it's an awesome, incredible trade. So which means we are still in a correction here. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, it's the fourth trend arm. You see there is a balance candle. In case you are not in, this is your chance up to the last point 2. So set an alert at the point 2 because there should be your target, which means I set an alert there, which means that if you reach point 2, there is no loss possible because reaching point 2 from the correction zone, so-called accumulation phase, reaching the point 2, which means you hit, you fulfill the hit quote, no loss anymore. It makes no sense to hit the point 2 and then you make losses. That's stupid. That's not sense of trading. Okay, so that's the hourly charts. And before, so how long are you planning to be our everyday morning mentor in Admirals? Oh, Gertz, I guess this is a question you should ask Admirals, not me. I hope we can make this show as long as possible, but maybe you send an email to Admirals on it's info@admiralmarkets.com, and maybe you can send an email there and they can give you the answer. I just the host. I don't know. I hope as long as possible. So, Katie, if you're ready for Rumble, we can open the question of today. And my question, thank you very much. My question for you today is, do you use a stop loss? Oh my gosh, what a question. So, yes, I do. No, I don't. Or I don't know how to use it. So that's the three possibilities you can choose. Do you use a stop loss? While you were thinking about that, if you use a stop loss all the time, let's go through the 4-hourly charts. So the first one we have on our plate is British pound Japanese yen. As you see, we have a trend there. It's the second or the third trend arm. We have to use it. So I set a pending order. So I can see the price is bit going up. So I can trail my my entry a bit higher to go in there and my stop loss closer. And you know, the point 2 here is my target. I set an alert there. I can modify it to a special sound. And this is the sound. So just here again, modify, just every second. That's it. Funny voice. Okay, still confused about the entry point of the balance candle. So you see, there's a lot of things to learn, Stephen. Okay, let's go to running trades, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. So we see an extension of the correction. The trend is still valid, as you know. The point of control is still quite far away, our final target. So therefore, my stop loss is above the last 0.3. And yeah, let's wait if we see a trend continuation or a trend break. Only these two things can happen, no more, no less. Then Euro British pound is, yeah, we got out. 1, 2, 3, it's the fourth trend arm, by the way. So there the price is circling. So you see there are two balance candles in a row there. So we made a profitable trade, by the way. So we had a couple of balance candles in a row and we see a kind of stabilization there. So keep an eye on it. If this will be a balance candle too, yeah, maybe it's a good idea to open a trade as a new pending order here, round about there, in case we will reach the last 0.2 again. And in MetaTrader, we have the point of control quite far away. In another data feed, we hit exactly the new point of control. So you can see it here, by the way. Let me show you this. You see, so the point of control, the current point of control, it's depending on the data feed, by the way. And this volume zone is almost the same high, which means if the price will remain there a bit, I'm quite sure that the point of control will switch there. So in my other software, I can see in Euro British pound in 4-hourly chart, there my volume zone, my point of control is already switched, or has already switched, you see, from this zone to the lower zone. That's just the data feed. It's not a problem. It's just a data feed. And the price is not part of the rules. It's just kind of orientation. So first of all, the rules are the most important thing. So Euro British pound, please keep an eye on it in case we can open the trade there too. So, but I can do it here. So there was a question about Aussie US dollar, of course. Aussie US dollar here. Yeah, it's still downtrend. I don't have a new uptrend right now. Not really. Although this could be correction, move, correction, move, correction. Yeah, maybe we can use it. We are deep in the green zone. Let me do it in that part. Move, just correction. And move. So now we are in a correction here. We have to wait until we see with the price correction at 38. So I see there could be a kind of support zone there, which means a lot of buyers. So we have to use the first possible trend arm, and this is the first possible trend arm we can in. So the highest probability is always in the first possible trend arm. That's really cool. Who was it? Ian J. No, who was with the Australian dollar? Alexandro, yeah. Yeah, you know, the highest probability is always in the first possible trend arm. So therefore, next balance candle, we should use it. I know we are not exactly at the 38%, rule number 3, in the green lower zone. And in the first possible trend, we can bench a little bit this rule number 3 because it's important to fulfill the hit quote, by the way. Okay. So please on your watch list for the rest of the day. Still on my watch list, but I want to explain something with British pound, New Zealand dollar. And you see, we had a trend break right now. So there is not longer a long signal for British pound, New Zealand dollar. Instead, there is a kind, a downtrend right now. We start here. So then there was a correction here. Then the next move to the lower side, exactly, oh, by the way, exactly back to the point of control. So now we have a bit of correction, yeah, but 2 balance candles in a row, exactly at the point of high and point of control close to the current price. That's not a correct signal. Yeah, don't do that. It's too difficult to trade that. If the price will go higher, yeah, and makes higher balance candle, then we can speculate that we'll reach the point 2 again. But this, guys, this is too close. That's not really cool. Okay. So still on my watch list, by the way, US dollar, Swiss franc. Here we go. Be careful. This could be a really interesting chance because let's move. Correction. Move. Correction. We didn't reach point 2 already now. So price is going up again, exactly struggling at the point of control. And if there will occur a balance candle, take the chance. Go back to the point 2 or maybe for a trend continuation. Yeah. So just on the watch list. So US dollar, Japanese yen. Still interesting. Still interesting because still a trend. You see, it's still the first possible trend arm for a trend continuation. But you see how the point of control is working. And you see this is a correction with a time extended situation. Yeah, time extended correction. No other words. No other words. Because either you have a trend or you don't. And either the trend is in the move or in a correction. So, and only 2 things can happen. Trend continuation at the point 2 or trend break. That's our private guarantee. You know, if you cannot work with guarantees, you have to work with probabilities. So our guarantees at private traders who have no influence to the market, we have 2 guarantees, our own guarantees. First guarantee, either you have a trend continuation or you have the trend break. And the second guarantee, the price is going back to the point of control unless the market moves the point of control into another place. But then you can see it because the volume is growing at another place. So actually you see, why is the price circling, not going up, not going down? Exactly, we are at the point of control. And prices were made by volume, and volume were made by traders. So, and as a human trader, yeah, it's the same like the price. You will remain there where you feel really comfortable. So you can compare it with a special place in your life or a special person where you feel really comfortable. You love this person. Maybe you're addicted to that person. You're obsessed to that person. Yeah, you feel really comfortable. Then you will remain there. You will stay there all the time. It's really comfortable. It's lovely. It's nicely there. And yeah, you don't want to leave this spot. And in trading, it's the same. Prices want to go back to a comfortable situation by volume. And therefore, you can see why the price is circling around this special price. There's the point of control, by the way. Okay, but at any time, only two things must and must happen. Trend break, which will take place at the last 0.3, which is here at 110.54, or a trend continuation, which will take place at 109.09. Only these two things can happen. Okay, great. So just waiting. I set my pending order in case the price will go down. Then I will be a part of it. Okay, last one, Euro Canadian dollar. Euro Canadian dollar. Yeah, it's not longer a short, of course, which means we have a trend break there, and which means there is a new uptrend, which move and correction and move and yes, correction. Oh, and by the way, you see, well done, Alexandro. I see you have a really cool eye, really, really good. There is the balance candle, which means we have to open a position, guys, and that we should do right now. We can do that, and entry a bit higher, maybe a bit higher here. Stop loss closed there, 51 pips. Stop loss. Yeah, let's do it. And we can make the entry here. So, and of course, then the stop loss below. Let's set it right now. Modify. And here we go. 14778. Okay, so that's a new trading idea. Thanks. I saw it this morning already in my home office. So, and this is the new trading idea, Euro Canadian dollar, if you want to go with me. And you see, pointer 2, by the way, is the alert there. Okay, so set it there. So guys, my question for today was, by the way, do you use a stop loss? So we have a clear answer, 88, yes, I do. And 4% says, oh, I don't know how to use it. And 8% is no, I don't. So let me say, this one. If you don't know how to use, it depends which strategy you use. If you are a trend trader, then of course the stop loss must be placed at the last 0.3. Why? Because that will break the trend. So the stop loss should protect your trading idea, not your money. Your money is protected by your money management, not the stop loss. That's different. So, and if you say, no, I don't, it must be allowed to ask why you don't. I know guys, I know a couple of guys that don't work with stop losses. I can tell you a truth, a bitter truth. No one of those guys was ever successful. No one. Because not using a stop loss says more about you as a person than as a trader. Because if you think I'm close to the chart, I'm always in front of the chart, I can give you a guarantee. There will come the day you are not at the chart, or you forget your stop loss. You're not having a stop loss. You're distracted by your family, by a job, or any unexpected thing. And then I can tell you a quick story about a client of mine. He's a millionaire. He's a great, great leader. And he booked a coaching with me. And they're asking about his experience. Yes, and they lost money, and yes, I can handle everything, and I don't use stop loss. And I said, how was it? Yes, there was a special situation. He talked to me, and he was long in Euro USD. It's a couple of years ago, and he was millions of his account. So, but he never works with a stop loss. And this one day, he was long in Euro USD with an option, with options. He worked with options. No deep understanding, but that guy was working with options. Yeah. And he got a heart attack. He got a heart attack. And he came to the hospital for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, he was remember, oh my gosh, I had an in Euro open position. At that time, he has a loss of 1.2 million euros. 1.2 million euros. Do you want to make this experience? And this is what happens if you don't use a stop loss. You must expect the unexpected things. Believe me, never work without a stop loss, because not using a stop loss says more about you as a human person, because you can bear a loss. But this is a problem of you as a human person. Believe me, no one, I know no guy who ever worked without a stop loss who was ever successful. There will come a day the market take you out of the game, and then you are completely out. Because sometimes there is the day there will happen an unexpected event in your life, and then you are not there to trail your stop and to expect that it goes in your direction. Okay, dream your dream, but it's an illusion. Okay, so guys, think about this quick story. It's a real story. I could say you the name. I know that guy. It's still a friend of mine, by the way. But after he got through my coachings, he never worked without a stop loss, by the way. And that was a big experience. Think about 1 million loss. And this guy was said, okay, it was a little bit too much. Okay, if you're a millionaire, it's okay, it's another way. But especially for this guy, 1 million, it was too much. And he needs years to keep in balance his account, by the way. That was an expensive lesson on a stop loss. So let me say thank you for listening. I hope we'll see each other in a Trader's Yard room or tomorrow again, 8:30. Thanks, Katie, for supporting me. I wish you a lovely day. And as always, have courage and be kind. And may the force of the rules be with you. See you tomorrow.